મુખ્ય મહેમાન શ્રી સિદ્ધાર્થસિંહજી રિજિયનલ પ્રોવિડન્ટ ફંડ કમિશનર છે રાજકોટના, એમના વક્તવ્યનો લાભ લઈએ.
Honorable President of the Kutch Saurashtra Productivity Council, Shri Yasubhai Dave Sahab, Professor Arora Sahab, Manjeetia ji, Mr. Respected Man Sahab. First of all, I would like to appreciate their efforts in organizing this Productivity Council week. The Productivity Council week is absolutely essential for creating an awareness about the productivity issues in the industry prevailing. Although I am not an expert in productivity, however, I would like to share a few thoughts and experiences which I have gathered while working with the industry, while taking close observation of how things work. And also I would like to share the government's perspective on this aspect. Productivity, broadly, what does it mean? It means optimum utilization of our resources. Whatever resources we have, how do we optimally utilize them? Now, productivity is the main focus of government policy also, as Arora Sahab just pointed out. It's a very, very important aspect which is concerning our policymakers, how to increase the productivity of the Indian industry, how to make it competitive. Without a higher productivity, the industry will not be competitive. We are living in a very integrated world. Today, not only our exports, but our internal market share also is determined by how productive we are. I'll give you an example. Like Japan was a leading manufacturer of electronic goods. But now South Korea is giving them a tough competition. In fact, it has nearly overtaken Japan in this aspect. And it is all because of its technological innovations. They understood the environment, they understood utilized latest technology, they made innovations, and now they have overtaken Japan. Although Japan is still a larger economy than them, but South Korea is now becoming the leader in the technological components. Similarly, nobody is insulated from competition today. Nobody. And not even the government, I feel. Many statutory bodies, the banks, everybody is facing competition. Earlier, there was this MTNL, which had a monopoly over telephone. Now where it is, everybody used to be after it. So suddenly it has simply vanished from the public sphere. It has been overtaken by the Airtel, these other telecommunication companies. Similarly, there are other, like the airlines, Indian Airlines. First it had a monopoly. Today there are so many other airlines which are competing. It has to be productive. Otherwise it will surely close down. It has to compete. So even the government is competing now. Government bodies, they will also have to compete. I am from the Employees Provident Fund organization. Although it has a statutory backing, it's compulsory. But tomorrow, we also know that we will have to increase our productivity. We will have to be customer friendly. We have to provide better services. Otherwise, tomorrow if suddenly the statutory support vanishes and this social security fear is liberalized, then customers will simply go towards the new pension players. New pension players will come, they will go towards them, they will seek their own social security. So that is why even in the government is also is improving its productivity. Technological innovations are taking place. In the EPF, I can say, the claims used to be settled in a year or so. Now, all the claims which we are settling is within 15 days, 20 days maximum. How it has happened? We are giving you account balances on the net, we are giving you SMS feedback. So all those things are done to increase our productivity. How to become more market oriented, how to become more customer friendly. So that is, we put our heads down on this and we improved our productivity. Government also, everything is now performance linked, performance budgeting. They're talking about performance budgeting. They're talking about performance linked promotions. So they are going to see the productivity of the individual. Even during the promotions, there is serious thought on that. It's just not on the basis of number of years that a person should become a secretary, a joint secretary, and then keep getting promotions. His productivity should be taken into account. Those parameters should be clear on the basis of which he should be judged. We need people who can deliver things. Similarly, we also need industry which can compete, which can deliver, which can compete in the international markets. Now, how will the company industry do that? How will it increase the productivity? What I understand is, first most important thing is investing in innovation, investing in research and development. Who will do this? Will we leave it to just one single industrialist to invest in R&D? And only if he has a risk-taking ability, he will do that? It's not like that. It is the government and the industry themselves. They will have to create a pool of resources out of which they will have to fund the research and development. Like at the local level, industry will have to come together and will have to seriously think about the productivity issues. How to develop how to increase the productivity by putting money in innovation. How to share the experiences, best management practices. We need to get together, share our experience, share our knowledge, So only when we share the information with each other and we pool our resources, can we aspire to do something better. Moreover, productivity. For productivity, you need to think out of the box. And you need to have a platform where each and every person can come and share his opinion. Right from the shop floor level worker to the top CEO. They should think, they should come together, have a common platform, and suggestions should be taken from them. How to improve a small process. A person working at the shop floor level, he can give you valuable information. He can give you a valuable suggestion because he has got hands-on experience. But do we take the time and make the time and effort to really talk to them? There are industries which are taking regular feedback, communicating with the employees, they are modifying their processes and they are improving their productivity. So this is another thing. But productivity per se is good enough. Okay, but now latest thing is we need growth, but we need a broad-based growth. We need a growth in which everybody has a share and everybody sees a future in that growth. If that fruits of development are not shared, then we are heading towards disaster. That kind of growth, that kind of productivity cannot be sustained in the long run. You are all aware that the growth which has taken place in India has not been shared equally. I will give you an example of Maruti in Gurgaon, Manesar plant. What happened over there? It was a massive strike, not just a strike, it was a violent strike. The managers were murdered by the union, by the activists or whoever it was. People say they were Maoists, whatever it is. But now let us look at the genesis of that problem. How did that problem arise?
Dissatisfaction.
Yes, dissatisfaction, of course. But how did it arise? It arose because the fruits of development, the growth, are not being equally shared with the workers. There is a sense of alienation amongst the workers. Your main core activity is being contractualized, and you cannot expect loyalty, faith from contractual employees. You have to have regular employment. I have seen industries which are having regular employment, in which employees are there for a long period, they are prospering, they are doing well, because employees have a sense of ownership. Employees have a sense of ownership. That is most crucial for any organization. You talk about productivity or anything, that till you don't have a sense of ownership, no contribution will come from anybody. The CEO has to have a sense of ownership, the manager has to have a sense of ownership, the supervisor has to have a sense of ownership, the peon has to have a sense of ownership. Then only will come forward with a suggestion also. Then only will make the contributions. So we are not developing a sense of ownership, we are developing a sense of alienation. So Maruti is not an isolated incident. There have been violated. You are fortunate that in Gujarat the situation is not like that. But I know in Ghaziabad there was another incident like that a year or so back. And there are many such incidents which go unreported, where violence takes place. So why don't we think about regularization? Okay, let's have a hire and fire policy, but then at least let us give some regular jobs to people. Let us make them stakeholders. Let us train them. Let us develop them. Productivity, when you talk about productivity, very important, crucial aspect of productivity is how skilled people are. Skill is a very, very important aspect. Today our education system is throwing out people who are unemployable. They don't have the skill sets. They are graduates, they are law graduates, but they don't have the skill sets. So, what is the government? The government is also trying to develop, but vocational education, skill set development is absolutely crucial. The graduates, the people who we churn out from our education system, they should be employable. They should have a higher level of productivity. Similarly, when they are with us, when they are in the organization has to look into their training needs, their skill development needs on a regular basis. That is very, very crucial.